Humans have been observing the universe and trying to trace its origins for centuries. As technology evolves, every day we're getting closer to finally finding evidence for the birth of the cosmos. Our latest discovery is a mind-blowing one, and it might mean we're not as alone in the universe as we think. In today's video, we're talking about the heartbeat that's coming from a galaxy far away. So what is it the scientists are hearing? When it comes to a field like astrophysics, there are always more questions than answers. For all the discoveries we've made in the last few centuries, we're still only close to truly understanding about 5% of the universe. But as our technology gets better and scientists slowly learn what to look for, the universe starts revealing itself to us more and more. One of these revelations is an unexpected one, specifically a heartbeat. And no, we don't mean we've detected alien life, at least not yet. Astronomers discovered a mysterious new signal coming from somewhere deep in space, and it's pulsing exactly as a heart would. This signal is a fast radio burst, or FRB, a strong flash of radio waves that come from an unknown origin. So far, we're trying to trace them back to stars and galaxies billions of light years away from us. FRBs aren't exactly new to us. We've been observing them for quite a few years now, but this latest one is special. For starters, it's the most regular one heard so far, and is also the longest one ever discovered. Most FRBs last a few milliseconds and then disappear, giving scientists practically no time to figure out where they're coming from or what they are. But this one is different. It lasts a full 3 seconds, which is about 1,000 times longer than any signal we've heard before. It's also perfectly periodic. While a burst of radio waves detected every 200 milliseconds, with this, it also has the clearest pattern ever detected, so you can see why it's an extra special one. The only thing that isn't incredible about it is its name. It's been dubbed FRB 2019-1221A, which is a lot less memorable than what it refers to. The signal was discovered by astrophysicists at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology using Chime, a radio telescope that detects radio waves emitted by hydrogen atoms. To break it down, they're basically trying to figure out why and how the universe is expanding and what dark energy really does to make that happen. But the question is, what's causing these signals? FRBs are still a relatively new idea in the astrophysics community, but we already have our guesses as to where they come from, even though this one's coming from several billion light years away. One of the researchers on it, Daniele Michilli, already seems to have an idea about its origin. According to Daniele, the huge length of the signal is only one of the things that make it so exciting and mysterious. There aren't many things in nature and the universe that happen so periodically, so this one and its flawless pattern have everyone wondering what's behind it. It's also the first signal where the signal itself is periodic. FRBs in the past have been one-off events for the most part, but if they ever come back, the repetition is periodic. In this case, however, the signal itself follows the pattern too. FRBs also have an insane amount of energy. You'd think when they're this short at only a few milliseconds long, they might not be able to do much, but you'd be wrong, because in those milliseconds, the energy they release is more than our own sun releases in a whole year. With that kind of huge energy discharge, scientists have recently been able to trace their origins to 2 types of neutron stars. One is a magnetar, and the other is a pulsar, which is the same thing, but a lot less magnetized. A neutron star is basically the corpse of a dead star. It's super dense and fast rotating as the result of the huge explosion a star dies in. Both pulsars and magnetars have extra strong magnetic fields, about 1 trillion times stronger than the ones around Earth. Because of these fields, they can emit beams of strong electromagnetic pulses that sweep out around them, just like the beams of an interstellar lighthouse. The magnetic fields also point to certain other bodies in space, such as near-massive black holes, which are another one of physics' greatest mysteries. That sounds like a pretty solid explanation, right? But this new signal has another huge property that sets it apart from past ones. It's about 1 million times brighter than any neutron star we've discovered so far, and Danielle's thinking it could be a neutron star on steroids. Is this just a random event where one celestial object decided to throw out a series of super bright bursts? Or is it an even deeper mystery, like a much bigger object somewhere deep in the universe where we haven't even thought to look? Whatever the answer is, Danielle is confident that as we get newer, more high-tech telescopes, we have much better chances of finding more of these signals and finally figuring out what exactly they are. And yes, we've heard one closer to home. Not all FRBs have to come from millions of light years away. In fact, the signal that told us the most about the origin and gave rise to the neutron star theory is one that came from within our very own Milky Way. In 2020, the first ever burst from our home galaxy was detected by scientists, and it was so intense that it could have been detected from a nearby galaxy as well. But instead, it was from a source just 30,000 light years away from us. It also showed something we hadn't seen in others at the time. Fast radio bursts are obviously a series of radio waves, but this one came with X-rays as well. While this is expected from magnetars, since they're more likely to emit X-rays than gamma rays, it was a first for an RFB. We've been seeing these confusing signals since 2007, but in a short period of time, there have been many more discoveries with figured out repetition patterns, and scientists have come up with quite a few explanations. One of them could quite possibly be true, and this unusual phenomenon might not be a mystery anymore. Until then, we're working on better technology to detect what might be up to 1,000 bursts per day, bringing us one step closer to cracking another cosmic code. Next up, what else is happening in space? For starters, they're composing movie scores up there. Many of us might be horror movie fans, but there's nothing more terrifying than what might actually exist in our own universe. The fact that we barely know anything about what's out there just adds to it, and one of NASA's releases will definitely send chills down your spine. As one of science's oldest mysteries, black holes have had their moment in pop culture ever since their discovery, with theories to match. A specific black hole at the center of the Perseus galaxy has been emitting pressure waves for almost 2 decades. These waves can be translated into actual sound, but it's one that's way out of a normal human range, being about 57 octaves below a middle C note. Well, we finally got the tech to bump up the sound into a range we can hear, and it's one of the freakiest things to come out of space. The sound has been transposed up to around 288 quadrillion times its original frequency, and it sounds almost like someone singing from inside the black hole. But wait, there's no sound in space. Since all of it is a vacuum, sound waves can't actually travel, which is why no one can hear you scream in space. However, a galaxy cluster like the one Perseus is in has a thick envelope of gas surrounding it, making it easy for that horror movie howling to come through. Moving on, we just discovered the first ever stellar dance troupe. The first of its kind, a trio of insanely huge stars has been discovered, with their gravitational fields locking them into an orbit that's almost like a ballet performance. 2 of these stars are spinning around each other, while the third orbits around them, giving us yet another example of the kind of perfection we're still looking for in the farthest reaches of the universe. This is the most massive tertiary star system yet, with the 2 central stars almost 12 times bigger than our sun. And lastly, we're closer than ever to alien life. The ingredients that make up humans, or any type of functioning life, come down to a few basic elements. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen are among the big ones, and we've been looking for any sign of them we can find. But the new James Webb Telescope has done a lot more than give us some stunning pictures. It's also going to help scientists detect any signs of life on planets beyond Earth. The Webb Telescope has the technology to detect the chemical makeup of a planet's atmosphere, and has already discovered water on one of them. Scientists will now use the telescope to observe and analyze the elements surrounding other exoplanets in our galactic neighborhood, which spans about 30 light years. We might be welcoming some new kids to the blog sooner than we think. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think this could mean for the future of science? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.